Well, hello everyone. How y'all doing? Hope you guys are all having a very happy new year. And we got something really cool to show you. Before the new year got going, uh, on Monday, took a little trip up north and went to my favorite hobby shop, and we picked up this little thing. Um, we've been wanting a Mopac engine for a long time. Uh, we have the Heritage engine, the UP Heritage Mopac engine, but we wanted a true Mopac engine. And I remember in my youth, my young youth, seeing these blue engines in the city of Haven, Kansas. And the Mopac ran from um, out in Colorado, I'm pretty sure, out in Colorado, across Kansas, and it made its way um, through Hutchinson, and then down into Wichita, and then points east. And the Mopac line is still actually going, but the K&O is using it, and there are times that the big UP engines uh, running by the K&O crews bring fairly large um, grain cars. They take them out there to Great Bend on the old Mopac line. But like I say, I seen these all blue engines when I was a young squirt, and I remember the SD40-2s, GP30s, probably GP40s, GP50s. This particular engine, I've probably seen one of these engines, but I can't remember. But I do remember the SD40-2s and the GP30s and those engines. And the signature red caboose that the Mopac used. I seen a few of these bay window cabooses. The transfer cabooses is what I remember more seeing. But this engine here, road number 2263, is a U23B locomotive. And I think it's really, really sharp. It's by Atlas. I like that. Kind of pug nose there, and engine's got a real sharp sound to it. We did have to clean the wheels on it, and we used a product called Deoxit, and I'll show you guys, let you guys see this here. This is the stuff that we use. It's a really good product, non-flammable, non-hazardous. Turn this around so you guys can read this here. It gets rid of the oxidation, and it's made by Craig Laboratories. Like I say, removes oxidation, and so that's why we used it on there instead of using isopropyl alcohol. This is how dirty the wheels were. It got all of that off there. It did a really good job, and the engine runs pretty good. So, let you guys hear the engine here. Sorry, I still holding my camera instead of, I haven't found a to where I can put it on the gimbal and it keeps it balanced. So I'm gonna get one of those sometime. But anyway, we're going to hit recall and go to 2263. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Turn the headlight on. You can see that the number boards light up at the same time as the headlights do. It's got lighted rear number boards as well. And we'll start her up. It's got a really cool, long startup. I think it sounds really, really cool. Takes a little bit for her to get going, but when she gets going, she's ready to go. Sounds just like a sweet old rumble there. And I'll zoom in the camera here so you guys can see some of the detail on here. You can see there, I'll hold this steady so hopefully this shows a label there for the fire extinguisher inside. Show you that down there by where the tanks are. Detail down there where the trucks. You can see Mopac, and then it says 74. And then there's the number boards there on the front. And it's painted pretty well. You can see the handbrake right there, which I've got set. And going here on my sheet here, using my cheat sheet, on the function list, we got headlight, front and rear, bell, horn, coupler, dynamic brakes, low nose gyro. I don't think this is equipped with the gyro. Red emergency light, if equipped. Plan squill, prime mover, drive hold, independent brake, fan sound, dimmer, aux 4 and aux 5 rear ditch lights, if equipped. Handbrake, isolated switch, air dryer, brake set and release, sanding valve, short air, let off, compressor, air dryer, cab door, engine compartment doors, reverser centered, shutters, manual notching, up run 8, manual notching logic, load, automatic brake, and sound fader is what this has. And then you can, where your common CVs, you can do your thing for acceleration rate, deceleration rate, long address, master volume, and that there on that list. So it does have quite a few different settings on that. So since we put since we done the handbrake, we'll release the handbrake here. That should allow the engine to move. If it don't, we'll do it to where we can move the engine here. We'll go through the double crossover here. And then I got a car I want to show you that I picked up. There we go. So the handbrake did release. This is not a real fast moving engine. So it's one of the old timers, so it moves just kind of easy and slow, not like I say super fast. And it's kind of neat like that. Be something that I'll use in my yard quite a bit. I'll probably run it on the main line a couple times, but be something that I'll use in my yard. It's at speed step 13 or speed step 14 right now. Wanted to show you guys running through the double crossover, which for some engines can be a little tough. But that handled it pretty well. I'm not going to run it on the turntable right now because I've got some engines occupying that area. We'll swing over here and I'll show you. That's my new Southern Pacific 8529. We picked that engine up the same time as we picked up the U23B. My Rio Grande 5387 about a week before we picked up, about a week or week and a half before we picked up this new one, and 2263. In between it, getting my teeth removed and stuff that we've had to do on our car, I've finally been able to get a couple of my engines. Alright, let's go to speed step 10. Let her idle up real good. Now we're up to speed step 16. She will run a little faster, but like I say, not super fast. But kind of like what she does. I think she's going to make for a real good yard engine. And when we put her out on the main, pulling, like maybe 5 cars or maybe 6 cars or something like that, I think she'll do really good. And like I say, for this engine to be right out of the box, coming right out of the jewel case, and we wanted to put the caboose with her. I think she's running really good. That's at speed step 21, and we're gonna go down there. Shoot past the double crossover and back her over the double crossover. And this is running on my SB5, so it's running really good. SB5 is handling the engines pretty good here. And we'll get past the double crossover and start into the north yard, and then we'll zero out the controller, and then we'll head her back. Here are the brakes. Here are the brakes locked down. Okay. Now we'll hit her back. Try to keep my camera up, and like I say, this is a sharp little engine. And like I say, back in the day when I got to see these engines running through the city of Haven, and it's a small town. There was trains going through there all the time. And even from when you was, we lived in the northern part of the town, which would be probably about I want to say about 7 to 10 blocks away from where the 7 to 10 blocks from uh, where the main was running through. It'd take me about, on my bicycle, depending on how fast I was in the boogie, probably about 5 or 10 minutes to get there. I could, if the wind was out of the south, I could get down there fairly quick. You know, you could pretty well hear the trains coming before they got to town, from coming from Wichita or from Hutch, and but I pretty well got there in pretty decent time. So, and I can watch them go through and wave at them, and we didn't have no cell phones back then, so the only thing I could have took, how I could have took pictures is by like an old you know an old roll film type camera or something like that. Which, as big as they were, I never did carry one, back then. And trying to do it on a bicycle is sometimes impossible. But I guess I could have done that. But I never did. But I remember what I seen in my eyes, and what I seen in my eyes was pretty neat. But listening to this engine is pretty sharp. I mean, this is in scale. And, 10, 15 years ago, I mean, you would only dream about what's in these engines. As small as this locomotive is, the frame and that, as small as this thing is, you can only dream of having a decoder to fit in an engine like this. And this engine sounds so much like the real one, or as close as what they have on the sound file to match what the U23. I think I'm saying this right. The U23, yeah, U23B. To make it sound as close as the real one. It's amazing. When they started putting the decoders in the HO engines and things like that, and there were ones saying, well, we'd like to see that in N-scale. I imagine they probably said that, down through the way. We'd like to see that in N-scale. Well, it's neat that it's here. And so we wanted to show this engine to you. And got one more thing we want to show you that we picked up when we were getting our locomotives. Of course, I got to check the wheels on it. Make sure the wheels are in alignment and that. The truck's on here. This is my latest car. This is a repeater. Repeato barrel ore car. Road number 346-558. 346-558. Again, a repeato, not repeater. And no, I haven't had no alcohol. So, but anyway, we'll pause this and we'll put this on the track and we'll see. Excuse me. Put this on the track and we'll see how it does. If hopefully the wheels are spaced properly and I won't have to do much. I may have to I may have to make some changes if the wheel spacing is not correct, but we're going to find out in just a second. Well, according to my gauge, I think it'll work, but I think I may have to widen the spacing just a little bit on that barrel ore car. Sometimes Rapido does not like to always. We put this behind the caboose. They don't always like to. They don't always like to get them the spacing. I mean, the cars are built. I mean, they're really, really sharp. And the bottom of that barrel ore car is all metal. But the spacing on the trucks, I'd say that they probably all come from China. So I wish their supplier would do a little better. But so far, the car is going through without not derailing. So we might not have to do too much. Whoop. Back her up a little bit here. Might have to make just a slight adjustment, but not much. When I did my roll test up there, running it down my incline, it didn't roll very far. I set that up kind of like a hump yard, to see how my cars handle doing a roll, just them on their own weight, but it was kind of slow going. But I think it's going to handle the double crossover, so we might not have to not do too much. Might have to widen them just a little bit. But thought that car was pretty sharp, and thought it was pretty sharp, and it was time to go home with us. Or I should take it home. So I'll zoom in here and let you guys see some of the detail. You can see some of the, I think that's metal etched there on the walk there. And this has got the little, tires or whatever they use to open and close the for the car. And here's the builder's plate and all that stuff there. And I think that's the air cylinder or air tank there. So this is a pretty sharp car. And we, like I say, we thought we'd get one of these and add that along with our engines that we got. I'm going to be doing a video on 8529 a little bit later. So, but we wanted to show you our engine, and we will lock down the handbrake. Got the light there, and we'll shut down the engine. Like I say, the engine is just sounds like it's barely putting along. That old style engine. That old that they used back in the day, them old prime movers, I mean, they sound really, really awesome. So we're going to shut this off, and we thank you for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, ring the bell, and like and share if you like and share, and throw us a comment. Tell us what you think on this newest engine that we got to the layout. And again, hope you guys are having a happy new year, and hope you didn't celebrate too much, got a headache. You know, I take medicine. I take medicine, blood pressure medicine, so I'm not drinking. The only thing that I'm drinking is root beer, and that's about it. A&W root beer. And really, I know how good that is for me, but I can't be without a little bit of frosty mug there. So again, thank you guys, and we'll see you for now. And thanks for watching.